Hello my coquettes, today I'm going to be showing you how to break down a butternut squash. Okay, so I've got my butternut squash here. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to take off the bottom and the top. Now if you find it easier you can go halfway or you can go all the way down. Okay, so I've cut my butternut squash in half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this. I'm going to get all my pips out. You want all the pips out. Don't worry too much about the other bits if they do get stuck, because you can have that bits in it. Okay. Oh, we've got pips flying everywhere. You could use an ice cream scoop if you wanted to. That helps it a little bit. Okay. Now I've got two here because we're going to be doing our Cooking with Yanny on Facebook today. So, so we want that as well on it. I'm just going to do it again. Don't worry if your butternut squash isn't perfectly cut, like mine, it's fine. We're going to roast it anyway, so it's no problem. Now butternut squashes are one of the hardest things to try and cut. They're not the most easiest of things, but this is how we do it. Ta-da! I think that one was a lot better. Okay. It's funny because they're all different shapes and sizes, butternut squashes. So they all cut, they all do whatever they want in their own little crazy way. Okay, I've got my hot water on as well, because what we're going to do is we're going to blanch these, well, steam them. So they're part boiled, and then once they're part boiled we're going to pop them in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. So that's why I've got some salt, cumin seeds, black pepper and some oil, and we've also got some thyme and some garlic as well, so that goes in it as well. But that's over in my pan. Right, there we go. Woo! Butternut squashes are quite exhausting things to try and cut. Okay, so we now peel them. You can do it this way if you want, or you can cut and slice. But I don't particularly like it very much this way because they're not perfect. They're just not very good, so we'll do it this way. Just pause it a sec. Okay, so it's all peeled, so now we're just going to cut it up. You do need a strong knife for this one though, so now you can pick and choose what bits you want. If you don't, I like these bits that are like this. I like them, my little bits like that. But if you want to have ones like that, then that's fine. But I keep the other bits for soup. Now these bits, don't worry about that, because what they do is you can always either cut them off or they're fine to eat. So, but it's nicer if you cut them off, to be honest. See, look, they look like little rainbows. And then these bits I'll keep for stocks, soups, sauces, anything like that. Risottos, if I'm making a risotto, I'll put them in a risotto. Might have to do that one, mightn't we, Gary? For all the cookettes that are on YouTube who don't know who Gary is, Gary's my cameraman. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, it looks a bit dangerous, don't worry about it, it's fine. As long as you keep your hands on the knife. Alright, don't try and put your hands like underneath the knife or anything like that. If you feel like you're getting a little bit lost of balance, turn around the other way. Make sure it obviously doesn't get stuck on the rest of your butternut squash. Okay. Now obviously butternut squashes you can kind of get all year round now, thanks to our wonderful growers all over the world. But if you fancy changing this to pumpkin, you can change it to pumpkin as well. I mean, I'm not doing pumpkin because pumpkin's huge, and it's obviously out of season at the moment. But if you do want to do a pumpkin, where the way a pumpkin is, it's almost like sections. So if you cut it almost like a cake, so you cut it in each section, that will be easier for you to do your pumpkin. So I'll do one more. Okay, so this is going to be for our recipe on Facebook, which is going to be the lamb chops with roasted butternut squash. It's very nice. So we've had it lots of times and it's very good. Now this is the time where you've got to see where your butternut squash is becoming weaker. So be careful because you can see it bending at the moment. So just make sure that your knife is actually far away from your hands. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a knife. I'm going to just trim round mine because I prefer mine a bit more trimmed. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put all our bits in. Now we just want to part boil it, so you're looking about 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes on it. So we'll pop that all in. All our little rainbows. So we'll put that in there. Just check that there aren't any other rainbows anywhere, because we like rainbows. There's a rainbow. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there, and then I'm going to part boil it for 6 to 8 minutes. So I'm going to put mine on for 8. And then I'm going to put my oven on to 200 degrees. In fact, we're going to go on this one. So 200 degrees on there, and then we'll cook it for 30 to 40 minutes. But I'll be back in a bit. Bye. Okay, so my butternut squash is part boiled. To feel it, if it is done, get your knife. That's it. That's perfect. It would just feel a little bit soft, but you don't want it overly done. Put that in there. Like that. We're going to give it a bit of a shake. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of cumin, whole cumin seeds on, because we're going for an almost like an Arabian theme or Indian theme, spiced. So you want to have loads of spices in there. Okay, some pepper. And some salt. There goes my there we go. A little bit, pinch of garlic salt. Don't want too much of it. God, it salt does go a long way. Okay, and I'm also going to get a little bit of nutmeg and this thing called sumac. Now, sumac is an Middle Eastern spice, which is very nice. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not measuring today because I kind of know how much my spices go in. You literally need about a tablespoon of all of them, and that will do it. Okay, mix it all in. Look at that. Okay, another mix. Okay, and there you go, and that's how you prepare your butternut squash. Okay, so in it goes for about 30 to 40 minutes, and it's lovely and roasted. Turn over halfway through. Okay, so if you like this idea, please go onto our Facebook page and like the new video that's coming on Tuesday. So thank you very much, my croquettes. Bye for now.